Al. Talking to
Hi,
you after a
Tom.
long time. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I've been wanting to understand all the latest exciting things that covers off.
Hmm.
So there was
Okay.
a bit of a break for the SA20 with the England South Africa series,
Yeah.
and you guys used that break to do a lot of exciting work for the Women's World Cup. I hear.
Yeah, we've already released three of our previews. If you see on the website, you could see Heather Knight, Meg Lanning, and Harmanpreet Kaur right at the center of the website. And it is an even better version of the BBL one that we did. BBL was the best that we have ever done so far. So to do better on it, I think it says a lot. And in the BBL results are coming out. I mean, today was the final, and a lot of people who have invested on players over a point of time or a period. For example, you could buy someone like someone like Josh Philippe or someone, or sell someone of the players like that when the season starts. And if you hold them over 2 months, the performance of the players results in whether tells you whether you win or lose. So these kind of results are coming in. It was based on the BBL tournament pack we sent out, and the results are showing.
Yeah, and Perth Scorchers, they got their fifth title.
Mm.
Pretty much they are the Mumbai Indians or CSK of BBL.
Yeah.
Phenomenal performance.
They are expected to brush aside Brisbane Heat in a much easier manner than they did, but it was a closer contest. But still, they won. It was at some point they needed 40 of 20 or something, and Ashton Turner was run out. It was two key players who did it for them. Says about the culture that they have at the team.
What a innings by Ashton Turner, and then to have that kind of turnout for Optus
Mm,
at Optus, it's definitely great news for BBL,
mm.
especially when there are so many other T20 cricket is happening, and to have the players leave, the Australian squad is already there in India, but the fan base to really support the tournament, it's phenomenal to see.
Yeah, 50,000 was a huge number, and I think BBL was a tournament on decline for a couple of years now. Now they're saying that it is coming back stronger. It's good to see. You need a strong Australian domestic system for T20 cricket to keep going up.
Yeah, and I guess this is also the last season of BBL where the season was this long. I think
Mm.
they're trying to kind of fit that into a shorter, season starting 22-23,
Yeah, for
or
example,
rather 23-24. Yeah,
SA T20 that started midway through BBL is going to get be completed in 4 to 5 days, and we
yeah,
still have BBL going on.
yeah. I mean, that's the difficult part of, even with the bilateral series we've seen, how much players, they prefer to either play for the franchise or play for their country, and then they have too many 2020 tournaments happening. It becomes a very difficult decision. For example, Jason Roy has decided that he wants to play PSL instead of
Mm.
the bilateral series in Bangladesh.
Yeah.
So, how much has that, as the some of the part of the England team, have they already left for the Bangladesh series? Is that the reason somebody like Will Jacks is not playing today?
I think those who were part of the test squad have left, but the rest are staying. When someone as big as Josh Butler is staying with the team to see through the season, I think it says a lot about how they see SA T20 as a growing T20 league.
And they're still not bringing Jofra Archer into the test team yet.
Yeah, I think they are aware that the workload could break him again, and they're wary of transitioning him right away into the test team at the moment.
Yeah. It'd be good to see the player roster. Definitely the bench strength of India is so phenomenal. If,
Hmm.
with the domestic T20 cricket strengthening, if the player bench strength, the roster increases. Obviously, the franchise cricket and also the national cricket both would have enough players playing in the near future. I guess it's going to be an exciting years ahead for cricket, and this is like super exciting. So let's talk about today's game. MSCT, with coming with back-to-back losses.
Hmm.
Uh, but they're also playing. They're not playing at home. Last
Hmm.
game they played Pretoria Capitals. They played at home and they lost.
Hmm. 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 It is
And
a.
also the
Hmm.
Durban Super Giants game also a couple of days back they lost.
Yeah.
So their batting unit seems to be struggling a bit, even though Brevis came good in a couple of games.
Hmm.
how do they look today in terms of playing they're playing in Pretoria, right?
Yeah, last one
Centurion.
was a brutal loss. They cannot afford it simply. But today, I think with Will Jacks not available for Pretoria Capitals, and especially if Jofra Archer comes in, I think they are real favorites to win the game. So that could today is a good fixture for Mumbai Indians Cape Town, just because of the fact that Pretoria Capitals do not have a Will Jacks.
So let me bring up my screen. Um, yeah. So this is the points table, and obviously, you have Pretoria Capitals sitting pretty on top with 5 wins, but they don't have Will Jacks today, especially in a track like Centurion. They're on average about 13 sixes a hit. And last innings, I remember Will Jacks, he played a blitzkrieg kind of an innings, from 60 runs in about 20 odd balls.
Yeah, I mean, if you notice the match after he was dismissed, Mumbai completely dominated the game, and in terms of the bowling innings, but they still fell 50 runs short. Such was the impact of the player at the top.
So this is the game, right? Yeah, this is the game that was on the 23rd.
Mm.
Where Will Jacks took their, the attack apart with 5 6s and 5 4s. Tremendous innings, but like you said, in the middle order, having Muthuswamy and Fortune, and except for Nisham, he scored a bit of runs. But
Mm.
thing is, usually Brian is someone to watch out for. He's played, the last few innings bit consistently, if I'm not wrong.
I think I'm not able to hear you clearly, Count. Just it's just for the last 30 seconds. Something changed, I guess.
Okay,
Maybe
is it any better now?
no. It's after this screen came up. Before that, it was clear.
Okay, let me see what I can do. Give me 1 second. Okay, so let me stop my video at my end and then troubleshoot this. Just give me 1 second.
Hmm.
Am I audible now, Al?
Yeah,
Can
it's
you hear
much
me?
better now.
Okay. So the new Bluetooth I was trying on
Hmm.
looks like it doesn't work well. I just came off it. Do you hear any background noise now that I have come off Bluetooth?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So let me share my screen again and then go back to the sheet. Yeah, so I was talking about the form of one of the consistent performers is the Genus D. Bruin. How am I saying his name right? So
Hmm.
his last 3 innings, he's been pretty consistent. Apart from that, with Will Jacks also not playing today, they're batting, and Riley Russell, with the bouncy track in Centurion,
Hmm.
it's going to be interesting to see how Pretoria Capitals, play against MICT today.
Yeah, I think Tennis De Bruyne is again going to be key. He's one player who can handle the kind of pace that Mumbai have. It was on show in the last game as well, where he was at ease despite facing such a good bowling attack, and he's in form as well. And Kusal Mendes is someone who again struggles against pace and bounce. Phil Salt himself is not someone you can bank on against the attack as good as this. And they'll also be getting Colin Ingram today, but the problem with Ingram is that he's not been in great form.
Yeah. So most likely, if MICT, Mumbai Indians wins the toss, most likely, do you think they would put the Capitals into bat, especially batting second, has an advantage at
Yeah.
the Centurion?
Yeah, there's a clear ball first bias here. So I think whoever wins the toss will put the opposition into bat first.
Yeah. So we are like 5 minutes, 4 minutes from the toss. So when the toss is happening, we'll go on mute,
Hmm.
or I will talk to the our viewers about the Fanex, so that Al can listen to the notes from the captain. We have a few more minutes before the toss, so let's quickly look at the creator notes. So
Hmm.
we just talked about Will Jacks not being available, being a huge blow.
Hmm.
But what are the chances of Jeffrey Archer playing today for Mumbai Indians?
I think the reports suggest he's still in South Africa, so that maybe they are looking at if Mumbai lose this match, there is no chance that they are making the top four. So
Yeah.
if he's there, then I think he could play today, and if he's fit and if England cricket board allows him, he should play today.
Especially, I think the last game,
Mm.
the game against the Durban Super Giants, he was rested, if I'm right.
Mm, mm, mm. They had played an ODI just the day before,
Okay.
so maybe that's why he was rested. And today
That's the game he
he has
picked up
had.
six wickets, right?
Yeah, it's a good game for him. He has had a couple of days rest now. I think he should be good to go. It strengthens their team tremendously, and they'll become heavy favorites to win the game today.
So this is the batting performance of Mumbai Indians
Hmm.
on the game that they played a couple of days back.
Hmm.
Again, we have the top order failing. They've had a bunch of combinations they have tried to open with our Brewers,
Hmm.
but they, except for the one, every other game, Brewers
Hmm.
struggles to come good. And how do you think he will handle the pace at Centurion? Does he have any direct threats?
I think his biggest problem is going to be Ethan Bosch up front. His new ball movement is going to trouble him. And if he survives that, then Andrich Nokia. His pace and bounce is something that has troubled him throughout the competition. And teams have figured it out much more than they had at the start of the tournament. They're straight away attacking him with bounces, pace, and bounce. So that's something it's likely to come into play. I don't see him succeeding today because there are a lot of direct counters to him that Pretoria Capitals have.
Yeah, so looking at the last game, you're right. Ethan Bosch, he took out Ryan Rickleton. Even though Darrell Bravis played an innings, Norkia did come back, and he picked his wicket and also a couple of more wickets. So he can take wickets in bursts of 2, 3
Mm.
when he comes in and bowls the single over spells.
Yeah.
Yeah, so going back to the sheet. mm, Yeah, so talking about Centurion being an exceptionally high-scoring venue,
Mm.
uh, the pace attack of Rabada, Jafra Archer, if Mumbai Indians are to bowl first,
Mm.
and I'm just checking who's their third bowler. Just here at this going to the squad home, yeah. So yeah, Rabada, you have the left arm pace of
Duan Johnson, yeah.
Jansen.
It's
Uh,
impressive in the last game, so he's
yeah.
play today as well.
And the matchups I did see, Jansen has a threat against three batsmen: Salt, Mendes, and Riley Rousseau.
Yeah. He's someone who could left arm pace is something that troubles both the Pretoria Capitals openers, and even at the death he has held his own Jansen, so he could come into play against someone like Rosso, against someone like Nisham or Colin Ingram as well.
Yeah, and it's only Mendes having an issue with Rashid Khan, and Mendes is unlikely to face Rashid Khan because Rashid Khan comes to bowl only after the power play.
Yeah.
So unless there is, and I guess there will not be any change in bowling opening today because of the Centurion deck, which has the space bowlers.
Yeah.
So the Mendes threat against RK
Hmm.
is pretty much may not come into play unless Mendes
Hmm.
plays himself into a big knock today.
Yeah, Mendes has to survive Archer and Rabada, and even Duan Jansen to get into to get to facing Rashid Khan. So we are expecting him to be dismissed in the power play today.
Yeah. So yes, and Rabada alert, Archer plays becomes an alert as well.
Yeah.
Uh, and we did talk about Bosch alert, right?
Hmm.
So and but Nokia, I'm very surprised to see that Andrik Nokia probably he's an alert against every batsman, and it doesn't make sense to really put it against every row. But
Yeah.
especially somebody who struggles to play pace bowling,
Yeah.
Nokia space with the Bosch and Parnell,
Hmm.
Nisham. It's a pretty good pace attack that Pretoria Capitals have.
Which is why Rassi van der Dessen is an important player for MICT today. He's the only one capable of taking down Andrich Nokia. And if he doesn't, then they're going to be in trouble. I think it's toss time. I'll just go back and
Yeah,
tell what.
so we will have Al. leave us for 5 minutes to get the toss updates. So in the meantime, to our viewers, I want to briefly talk about FanX. It's one of Al's favorite apps to play fantasy. So you can just go to FanX, FANEX.in, to download the app. We have quite a few slots available to fill in, about 50, 60 odd slots still there. We just have to download the app. The app gives you 500 coins, and you can use the free coins that you get to join the contest today between Pretoria Capitals and Mumbai Indians. Uh, so the price pool structure, I just want to go through that. So Al, you let me know whenever you're back. Yeah. So here you go. So you need to pick just three players, impact players, the maximum sixers. Sorry, me. Maximum sixers. Hit who the batsman who hit the maximum number of sixers, score the highest number of runs, and take the maximum number of wickets. The best 10 entries will get guaranteed cash prizes, and this is the price structure. The first prize winner gets 1,000 rupees. The second prize winner gets 400. The third to fifth gets 200 rupees each, and the sixth to tenth gets 100 rupees each. So very fairly straightforward, simple contest to play with assured cash prizes. And after the toss, we'll again come back to the FanX app to see what are Al's recommendations to join. And at that point, I will join the contest. But in the meantime, to make sure that you're part of the 100 entries, you can download the app, and then you can join this contest. Pick your three players, and you can always edit it when Al gives the suggestions, so that you do not lose your spot. So this is the website from where you can download the app. It's fanx.in. Uh, all right. So with that done, let's go back to the sheet that Alice shared, and probably we go through some of the details that you would be interested to see as we wait for Al to come back. This one sheet I really like. It's the scores each batsman has scored, or the bowlers have taken wickets so far in the SA20 league. As you see, Kusal Mendesi, he's played in the last two games. He's got a good game, both the games, but today he has a threat with the bouncy track against the pace bowlers. Salt is coming back, after having not played the last two games. The last game he played, he got out for a golden duck. But he's got a pretty good scores during the initial phase of the tournament. The 77 of 47 balls, and also an half century just of 30 balls. Riley Rasau again. It's a pacey track. Let's wait for what Al has to say about Riley Rasau's chances. But given my recent interactions with Al, and when he comes up against quality pace bowling in a deck that assists, he does have challenges there. And with Yeah, Al, you're back.
Yeah, I think Joe Archer is not playing. Capitals are bowling first.
Okay, that's interesting. So they still yet to give out the playing 11, right?
Yeah, they usually take 15 minutes for it.
So in the meantime, let's look at the base team Al has put out there. Uh, Al has Kagiso Rabada. It's a bowling heavy, pace bowling heavy lineup. As you said, Centurion aids that, but batting should get easier during the course of the team that bats first.
Hmm.
And let's look at the Centurion as a deck. So yeah, so obviously a lot of boundaries, 13 sixes per game. Uh, you know, 26 boundaries a game, almost a boundary of every over. The winning first winning the average first innings winning score is 191.
Yeah.
The average first inning score is 167.
Yeah.
Yeah, Al.
Says how difficult it is to win batting first at this venue. You'll have to score as high as 190 to stand a chance.
Yeah, and one thing I see is that the team, chasing. It's very important that they hold their wickets because there seem to be losing wickets in a bunch in the middle overs and also in the death overs. So it will be important. You said Mumbai Indians is batting first.
Yeah,
Pretoria
Mumbai Indians are batting first, and it's important. The power play is one of the most difficult periods to bat at this venue in the first inning. So that's when they'll have to hold their horses and wait for the middle overs and death to go on an acceleration mode.
yeah. So So it's going to be a crucial game for Mumbai Indians, but they're again pushed into batting first. They need to put on a big score. That means that we were just going through the recent performances of the players of Pretoria Capitals. Let's look at the sheet for Mumbai Indians. As Al had said very accurately that in the beginning of the season is Royal Braves is more like who's the player you compared him to Al that
Uh,
maybe Sehwag or a name that
yeah.
you
It's maybe I don't recall it now, but it's difficult to judge what's going to happen with him.
yeah
It's just either he goes all guns blazing or just gets dismissed early.
yeah. So we were looking at the batting performances. So see Braves blowing hot and cold a 70 and then a duck and a 42 and a bunch of low scores 15 6 and 2. Uh, but last game he played against Pretoria Capitals, he did score 46 runs out of 30 balls. Rassi Van der Dussen, again, it's a key player today, like Al was saying, especially with them batting first, it will be important to see, you know, Vanderson stays behind and then Tim David coming at the right time to hit the big sixers of Litre.
Yeah,
So this is another sheet that's when the last time when we did the show some time back we didn't have this data because and I see that new sheets being added and the data being enriched.
yeah,
So and this is where I saw the batting order of the opening batsmen. They kind of uh, you know had Rickleton at first, and then now last game they have Rolfson open with
mm,
Brevis. Is
yeah.
he a better choice today, Al, compared to Rickleton?
I think Rollason is still an important player to today because we have him in our base team as well. He's technically solid. Again, one of the better players in the South African circuit who could play all three formats. So someone of his quality could help negotiate the early period against new ball movement and maybe even control the flow of wickets against Andrich Nokia. Not lose too many wickets to him and take them through the death and face the lesser bowlers.
Yeah, and this is another sheet which is the bowling distribution. I'm sorry, I'm still dividing the bowling distribution sheet. If you look at Andrej Norkia, how they bring in, he bowls these 1 over spells. They bring him in, when they need to pick up wickets. Uh, so I thought it was an interesting sheet, but I thought if you could also capture the venue
Mm-hmm.
against then we'll know depending on what kind of deck it is and how the bowling distribution takes place.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
that's something we have at the moment at Squad Home. We could also move it to here as well. It shouldn't be a problem.
yeah,
This is something. These are sheets that we didn't have when we first started. This is basically team covers of coming into play. It's their effort and the team coming in and adding a lot more value to what we are doing.
and that's why taking a covers of subscription. If you are a serious fantasy cricket player who consistently, and I just saw an ad for Dream 11 say Dimag se kelo. The only way you can play with Dimag is if you subscribe to covers off and then have the sheets created by the covers off team but curated by Al.
Yeah,
So, one of the things I saw in predictions today, Jeffrey Archer plays. You had suggested invest 10% of your bankroll for
Mm.
Mumbai Indians to win. That's the kind of impact Jeffrey Archer brings to the lineup, and very surprising to see on a deck like this. Mumbai Indians is not they're not able to play him today.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, and it's lots of there's a lot of responsibility on Rabada today. He's the only express pace bowler that they have, and he'll need to be on the mark today.
Yeah.
I think
So
they've
let's
released the Mumbai Indians 11,
yeah.
something like the
So
Pretoria Capitals is the bigger one now. We need that, so it's shown on TV.
sure. So you mean to say the Pretoria Capitals batting movement or the bowling? Al?
No, the 11. So
Okay.
okay.
Pretoria Capitals 11 is out. Yeah, they still have not updated it on Crick Bus. It should be out very soon. So once we have the 11,
Interesting.
we'll be able
Will
to.
Jacks is still in 76% of teams. They all need to take him out.
Yeah, so that's the reason why everyone should have a covers up subscription. So it's not only helps you to play fantasy, but also helps you to understand who's got injury, who's away, who would not be playing. Like Wayne Parnell brought in Sanuran Muthuswamy. So these kind of insights you could already get and not really wait for the 11. That would make it easier for players to form their teams and start joining contests. So I'm going to try refreshing the screen again.
Interesting. Joshua Little is playing. It's going to get really difficult for Mumbai today. Oh my God.
Let's go back to the sheet of fantasy
Okay.
as we have the Pretoria Capitals 11 is out. But the team that we have right now
Okay.
is a Mumbai Indians heavy team. About six sort of seven players.
I think that's going to change now. This is in Bush.
Got it. So we'll go back to the creators notes. We're kind of in the middle of it when we had to let Al go for the toss. So yeah, so Jeffrey Archer is out. So some of the notes which had players who will struggle against Jeffrey Archer. That's not relevant now. But Phil Salt is back in action. He
Mm.
didn't play the last two games. Al, and the game he played before that he was out for a duck.
Yeah.
But he has major threats today. So especially against the left arm pace of Duan Johnson.
And I think with Little also back as well. So just finalizing my 11 now.
Sure. The Mumbai Indians playing 11 is out. Devard Brewers, Grant Rolofson, the wicketkeeper batsman, Wesley Marshall, Rassi Van der Dussen, George Linde, Tim David, Odion Smith, Sam Curran, Duan Johnson, and Rashid Khan and Kailash Rabada. No Jofra Archer today. And for Pretoria Capitals, it's Salt is back, Mendes, Jonas D. Bryan, Riley Russell, Shane Dadswell, Jimmy Neesham, Wayne Parnell, the captain. Interesting to see the pick Sanuran Muthuswamy today. Parnell was only picking him for slow wickets. Uh,
Yeah, he's become a permanent member of the side for some reason, even
yeah.
on these days. He didn't
Probably
bowl.
the
He didn't
captain
even
is
bowl.
recently biased that he picked three wickets and then he's
Yeah,
considered as an all rounder.
exactly.
I've never seen him score any useful run so far.
He didn't bowl even a single ball in the last game. It's kind of
So
bizarre. Okay, so it's confused at the moment. It's Nokia and
probably
Rishi.
since Capitals is on a back to back wins, maybe he's there not wanting to change the playing 11. So
Koish.
usually teams do get into that kind of sentiments.
Yep.
So Ethan Bosch, Andrik Norkia, both of them, express fast
I'll,
pace
I'll,
bowlers.
I'll just update the article now. I have the 11 ready. Grant Rollison, Tim David, Eunice, De Bruyne.
If you have 12 minutes for the game to start, you can still download the app fanex.in. You get 5,000 free, 500 free coins. You can join the today's game with just 75 of those coins. Assured cash prizes for 10 winners, and there are only 100 entries, which means that 10% of the winners are going to go home with cash today, with the winner taking 1,000 rupees. And we did go through the structure earlier. 400
Yeah,
rupees for the second prize and
I've just updated the article.
okay.
So our cost of subscribers can directly take the 11 from our website. I'll also,
Yeah. And then Al will shortly give out his three picks for joining the contest on Fanex. But in the meantime, make sure that you do not lose your spot. You can join the contest and then wait for Al's recommendation, and then you can go and change your selections before the game begins. We still have 11 minutes to go for the game. We still have little over 50 spots left. So hurry, download the app from fanex.in to join the contest. So coming to the Dream 11, Fantasy 11 prediction, uh, we we have
yeah,
Al working
let's,
on his
we can
final
we
11.
can we can go to FanX now. I've shared the team with our subscribers.
Got it. So let's do FanX, right? So let me go ahead and join the contest. Like I said, it's fast filling in. So I want to use my coins of 75 coins to join the contest. Sixers. Who do you think Al would hit the maximum number of sixes today?
I think it has to be either Rassi van der Dessen or Tim David. I think I'll be going with Rassi van der Dessen.
So options are between Rassi Vander Dussen and Tim David.
Yeah,
We're going ahead with Rassi Vanderson, but if you guys feeling a little bit adventurous and this is where your differentials could kick in, you could go with Tim David. For the maximum number of runs scored, Al, who's your suggestion?
it again has to be between Rassi van der Dessen and Tim David. I'll again go in with Rassi van der Dessen. Or there
So,
is the alternative that you could, some of them could try is Thinus De Bruyne. He doesn't have Archer at the opposition, so it will make it relatively easier for him.
uh, what's the name you gave, Al?
De Bruyne, Pretoria
Okay,
Capitals.
Tunis De
Yeah.
Bruyne. So he's scored the last couple of innings he's played. He scored, handsome
Hmm.
ones. He's a
Hmm.
great suggestion as well. So the third one is wickets, right? So it has to be a pace bowler, right, Al?
Yeah, I think Nokia would be a great choice. Nokia Rabada. And if
So,
someone is looking for a differential, I think pick Little and hope he storms three. He has this habit of taking 3 to 4 wickets in a game.
and
Uh,
Joshua Little is the left arm bowler, right? If I'm not
yeah, the
wrong,
Irish left arm bowler who
Irish left arm bowler.
yeah,
Yeah, we did talk
exceptional
about him
bowler.
during the World Cup, and he did
Yeah,
well in the games.
exceptional. It was surprising that it took so long for Pretoria Capitals to play him, but finally they've seen sense.
So we are going with Andrik Norkia, but there are a lot of good suggestions from Al. Joshua Little is playing, Kagiso Rabada is an option, but since Pretoria Capitals is bowling first and the team batting second have a distinct advantage, could be that Nokia could be among 3-4 wickets before the first half of the game is completed. So that's it. It's as simple as that. We've joined the contest. Uh, so once you join the contest, you'll see it would come up in the upcoming tab. You still have 8 minutes to go. So go ahead and download the app. Do not miss out on the remaining slots. And, you know, Like the app would say good luck, but no, it's a game of skill. So the game of skill is further accentuated by Al giving his suggestions. So it's one of the easiest and the most fun fantasy games to play out there.
Definitely, yeah.
So coming to the Fantasy 11, Al. So
Yeah.
you have the base team that's set up there. Are there any changes you're gonna go ahead to with the
The
base
base
team?
team is pretty much the same. I'm adding the rest now. I've given it to our subscribers. Josh
Ethan
Riddle,
Bosch picked up wickets. Josh Little.
Rain Parnell, and Tunis. Doing. I am going in with Nokia as captain and Bagi Sorabada as vice captain.
So captain and vice captain, good differential captain vice captain suggestions there. Only 7% own Rabada as their vice captain,
Yeah,
and Nokia also has got a very low ownership percentage at 21. So that's the 11, right? So Kagiso Rabada, Andrik Nokia, Rashid Khan, um, Rassi van der Dussen, Tim David, Rand Rolfson is the wicket keeper. All rounder is Ruan Jansen and Ethan Bosch, Josh Riddle, Wayne Parnell. Wayne Parnell is an all rounder, and Thenius D. Bryan is again a batsman who is expected to come good today. Any suggestions for alternate captain, vice captain choices, Al?
I think Tim David and Rassi van der Dussen is still the top alternative options if you do not want to go bowling heavy, which we have done with our team.
Yeah. All right. I think that's the end of our show today. Thank you so much, Al, for your time today. So
No
great to
problem. No
talk to
problem.
you after a break.
Same
Really,
here.
really excited for the Women's World Cup because the kind of discussions we're gonna have and the insights you're gonna give,
Yeah.
that's gonna be a great first time knowledge for many people, including me. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, this is something I've been a serious follower of even leagues like WBBL and the 100 women, and so to have the opportunity to tap into all of those information for the World Cup, for the coming World Cup, I think I'm looking forward to it as well. Finally, we have started covering women's cricket too.
And are there any more lifetime membership options available?
Currently, we have a overseas lifetime going on. It has a couple more days after which it ends. So the remaining slots, the slots that are not taken by overseas users, will again be opened up to Indian users. So they could use that. They could even convert the current monthly into yearly, and all of the existing yearlies will be converted into lifetime as long as it is within the first 1,000.
Yeah, I think it's for 999
Mm.
a yearly subscription is still a steal.
Yeah.
And after the Women's World Cup and the Pakistan Super League before the IPL begins,
Mm.
uh, you are suggesting there could be a price increase.
Yeah, there is definitely going to be a price increase because this is something we wanted to reward those who have been with us throughout the entire journey for the last 3 months. So I didn't want to set up any extra price for this. But going ahead, especially for the IPL, I think there will definitely be an increase in both the monthly and yearly pricing.
And then we are just a week away from the WIPL auctions, and they've been struggling to find a hotel to host it apparently because it's marriage season.
Okay, yeah, yeah. This report comes up now, and then it's strange how even sometimes men's teams and men's tournaments have also found it difficult to book hotels.
Interesting. All right, Al, enjoy the game today. I look forward to talking to you again tomorrow.
Sure, Khan. Same here. Thank you.
All right, bye. Take care.